All right, thank you for tuning in. This is Chukwu's channel. I am Wu. Like, share, subscribe. Today we're going to talk about inflation, right? Inflation is a hot topic. Everyone's talking about it. Everyone's reading about it. Everyone is feeling the effects of inflation. So in this video, I'll give you a quick explanation of what inflation is, and I'll give you 4 practical ways that you can start to beat inflation today, okay? Not super complicated, not 6 months from now, today. So let's jump right in. What is inflation? Simply put, inflation is an increase in the price of goods and services, right? Particularly when the price of those goods and services increases faster than your income is increasing. I'll give you a quick example. A year ago, $100 at the grocery store got you 5 days worth of food. Today, that same $100 gets you 4 days worth of food. That's inflation. Your purchasing power, the amount you can get with the same amount of dollars today, is less than in the past. That's it. The price of the brick is going up, as they say. You're dealing with inflation. What are some practical ways to defeat inflation? I'm going to start from the easiest way, in my opinion, to the hardest way. First way is buy some commodities, particularly gold, silver. In an inflationary period, when inflation is going up, the price of gold, silver typically goes up faster. You can buy gold coins or bullion. You can invest in mining companies that mine gold. You can buy electronically traded funds, ETFs, all that hold gold. So it's a simple way. Starting today, you can start to invest in gold and silver immediately. What's another way? You can start to invest in what is called TIPS. Those are called Treasury inflation protected securities. They're a special type of bond issued by the US government. You guys know what bonds are. You buy a bond, you get a coupon interest payment regularly. Once the bond matures, at the maturity date, you get your principal, the amount you invested back. TIPS are basically variable bonds such that as inflation goes up, the amount that TIPS bond is paying you goes up. So you're defeating inflation. You can go to treasurydirect.gov to buy some of them. They're usually sold on, I think, either a quarterly or a semi-annual basis. So you create an account, you wait for the next auction. It's not super complicated, and you get some tips, okay? So you have 2 options right there. Invest in commodities, particularly gold and silver. Buy some TIPS bonds from the US government. A third way is to reduce your fixed expenses. Consider renting versus buying. In many American cities today, we're in 2025, it's cheaper to rent versus buy. There are some trade-offs, do your own research, but in many ways you can look to reduce your fixed expenses. Renting a comparable 2-bedroom home versus buying that same home in many cities, like I said, it's quite a bit cheaper because you're not dealing with the mortgage payment, which is basically the equivalent of the rent, but then you're talking about insurance, you're talking about maintenance, you're talking about all these other costs that are going along with home ownership, especially given the fact that home ownership rates, right? The rates that you're paying on these mortgage are over 6%, somewhere around 7% for many areas of the country. So you're paying a lot more for a home than you would have paid pre-COVID, okay? You can find a cheaper car. I myself have a Lexus. I'm looking at giving that bad boy back, get a Camry or something, a used Camry. You know, car payments are high, insurance is high. And then finally, you can look at ways to cook at home. That's not truly a fixed expense. I know I started this by saying, reduce your fixed expense, but I personally did a tally. In March of this year, I spent over $600 on the Caviar app, which is basically the DoorDash app. It's ridiculous. It's cheaper, it's healthier to cook at home. You know exactly what ingredients are in your food. That's another option. Now, what's the final option to help beat inflation starting today? It's like I said, I started this from easiest to hardest. It's to make more money, right? And that can be difficult. You need to find a higher paying job, start a side hustle, sell some stuff. That's the fastest way to make more money. I sold 2 digital cameras on the Facebook Marketplace a few months ago, got a couple $100s. You'd be surprised at all the material things that you own that you don't necessarily need that you can actually get value for, you can sell, okay? We're in an inflationary period. I explained to you what inflation is. I gave you 4 practical, tactical options that you can start to execute today to beat inflation. Buy commodities, gold and silver, invest in TIPS bonds, reduce your expenses, and find a way to make more money. All right? If you like this video, like, share, subscribe. Appreciate you tuning in. We'll talk later.